Hey guys, I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Veda.
And you're listening to the Two Without a Clue podcast.
Episode number 15.
Yes, welcome back.
And of course, the number one thing you're probably wondering if you're watching the video is, where are we?
Yes, it's a little bit different of a situation, a little bit of different setting. We did have to move for at least this week. I'm not sure about next week because where we were originally filming, it's at my parents' house. So
we're just
worried about with everything going on, the health of both of my parents. So we decided to do it at my apartment now for at least this week.
Possibly maybe next week.
Maybe next week. It depends on how
long of a situation it goes on.
How everything is going on with this flu-like virus. I'm not gonna say the actual word, but this whole flu-like virus. So it is definitely going to be a little bit different in the sense of the audio, probably. It's a little bit smaller of a room, so the audio is going to be bouncing off. I also do have 2 cats.
So you'll hear the bells a lot, possibly.
You might hear them walking around. They'll probably jump up on the table at some point, so apologies in advance. But this is just how we have to do it for now. With everything that's going on, we want to make sure that the safety of our family is...
Yeah, because of course that's the number one thing, making sure you're staying not only safe and healthy, but as well like clean and isolated.
Yes, if you're sick,
which is
stay home.
Terrible.
Make sure you're just washing your hands, staying clean. Don't come in close contact. We're not really following the social distancing rule right now.
Yeah, you're not 6 feet apart from me right now.
But we're doing it for you guys, so stay safe.
We're here for
though.
you. But anyway, going on to our previous question of the week, which was kind of a little bit what we were just talking about with this whole quarantine going on. We wanted to know what you guys are doing for this past week and so forth. What are you doing during your quarantine to keep you busy? So I don't know about you. Well, I kind of already a little bit know, but
for me,
yeah, they don't know.
That's true. You guys don't know. I work in essential businesses. Both of my jobs. I'm not going to go too much into detail about them, but I work in essential businesses. So I've been working through all of this craziness, keeping stuff on the shelves, making sure that people can. One of the things, I work in a grocery store, so I'm basically making sure that everyone in my community has stuff that they can bring home and they can eat and everything, because it's essential. So I've mostly been working. On my time off, though, I come home and I've just been playing video games. Pretty much it.
For me, I'm not working because of everything. My job isn't an essential job, so I don't need to be at work constantly during the situation. We more so actually had to close because of the situation. We want to make sure that everybody's being safe and whatnot, because I work in a daycare kind of scenario, so of course we had to shut down and everything, making sure the parents are safe and little students as well as the staff are safe. So I've been at home all week, and it really sucks because I like to think of myself as an introvert. I mean, an extrovert, where I want to go outside and like hang out with people and be surrounded by people. Sometimes I want to be by myself, but most of the time, so having to forcefully stay home is like I can't do this. What do I do? But there's so many things I can do.
Yeah.
But one thing I have been doing, which last week I was complaining about,
is true.
I finally got my hands on a Switch.
Yes. Last week she was going stir crazy.
I was literally contacting every single store, every single person that's trying to sell one nearby and everything, and I just couldn't find it. People bought the Switches, racked up the prices. It's impossible.
And going off of that, I have a friend who works at a store that they sell Switches, and just this morning she texted me and saying that they had some in stock at her store, and if Veda was still looking for it, and within an hour she had texted me back saying that all of them were gone. So
yeah, not even 40 minutes later, they're all gone.
Yeah, so it's not even like it wasn't like we were over exaggerating. It's literally like nowhere
Every
has
single
them,
store.
and when they do have them, they are gone within minutes.
Because you can't buy them like directly from the Nintendo website. Usually, when you go on the Nintendo website, they direct you to like a third-party seller. So like GameStop or Best Buy or Walmart or Target. Literally nothing.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I went to a store that I tried calling in the morning, but they didn't answer, so I just automatically assumed, they don't have one.
Yeah.
And so I called all the other places, they don't have any in that day. And then later on, after whatever I was doing for that day, I went and I was like, I'm just going to check out what Nintendo Switch games they have. And then I literally walk by and I see the box and I'm just like... But the thing is I didn't have my money with me.
Oh,
and I left it at home,
Rookie
because I was
mistake.
cash. And so I literally ran as fast as I could out of Walmart. And I swear, like, people probably thought, like, something was wrong with me. And then I don't drive fast, but I was driving fast. And
Drive responsibly.
And I got home, and I was like, oh, my God, I wonder if they're going to be sold out, because there was only, like, 3 or 4. But luckily they had them, and I got it. And I've been playing Animal Crossing this past week, as well as Pokemon. So that's what keeps me busy. That was a very long story, but I've been playing the Switch, and that's what keeps me busy.
Moral of the story, that's what she's been doing during quarantine.
Playing the Switch, which is really fun and addicting. You should play Animal Crossing.
It is fun. I've never played Animal Crossing before.
I've never played either.
It was it only on the DS? Or did they have it on the Wii?
I think they had it on the Wii as well.
I don't know. I
There was
can't remember. All I know is that it was a popular...
They had the
It's
Animal
a
Crossing
Nintendo
New Leaf.
game, obviously. It's on the Nintendo Switch. But
it's definitely fun.
I never played it before. I never really saw any hype. And then this game came out, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, I bought a Switch just for this game." And I'm like,
so many
what?
people, yeah, they're like, I'm downloading it now, like showing it off on Instagram story or Snapchat, and I'm just like, calm down.
I know,
but
right?
then I'm also excited about it too, so I'm like, oh my God, you have it? Oh my God, add me.
Yeah, right. But
it's fun.
It's fun. It's different from like my normal games.
And
like we'll get into that because if you haven't noticed by the title, we are talking about things video games this week
related, especially with the quarantine. So that's what we've been doing. So that's why we're most knowledgeable about this now.
I know that's pretty much it. But so going into our new question of the week,
which someone was asking me to ask this question because they want us to talk about it and want to know what we think. So they were basically saying, if you had a crush, if there's somebody that you like, how do you deliver your feelings to that person in a way to start a relationship with that person? Like, how do you convey your feelings to this person and then start to, like, date?
I'm already trying to think of my answer for next week, and I'm fucked.
Well, I feel like, for me, I don't know. Because what I'm doing is not working so far, but we will be answering that next week, so think about it. So if there's somebody that you guys have a crush on or somebody that you really like, and you just really want them to know how much you like them.
Wait until quarantine's over, first and foremost.
Yeah, don't spread...
But hit them up. Be like, hey,
what's
quarantine,
your pickup line? I don't know.
Let's chill.
What's something that you want to convey to this person, and how would you do it?
Yeah.
So think about it, and we're going to answer that next week. So keep posted for what we're going to answer for that.
And you can answer that down below in the comment section. We want to hear from you guys. And you can also tweet at us, which our Twitter is 2without_clue.
Correct.
And I always mess that up.
And our Instagram, too. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, which is 2without_clue podcast.
Yes.
All lowercase, no space. So you can find more information there. But anyway, going forward with what we're going to talk about this week, we already kind of started talking about it a little bit, going forth with buying a Nintendo Switch, because I'd never had one before.
Video games.
Yeah, video games. I have a few, like, kind of questions that I'm wondering.
My most favorite thing in the world.
Because questions or video games?
Yes. Questions about video games, actually. No, just kidding. I do love video games.
But all right. So, if going back to the olden days of when we were children, what was one of the first video games you ever played? You
Oh, God.
trying to remember what, such a vivid memory. What do you remember?
I remember I had at my grandma's house. I think I talked about this on a previous episode, but my grandma had a Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
And I just remember whenever I would go over her house, I'd be so excited. It was like such a long drive because she lived in the same state, but it was like it was still like a little bit of a drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I would get there, I'd spend the weekend at her house, and she had the Nintendo 64, and I would be so excited. I'd go over and I'd just play that all the time. And I'm pretty sure I had Mario Kart, and I had one other game, but I think the other game I had was a Pokemon, like a Pikachu game.
For the Nintendo 64?
Yeah, I remember having I think I remember it being like a yellow. I just remember it being like a yellow cartridge.
I don't think they had that for the Nintendo 64. A yellow cart?
I think it was a yellow Pokemon cartridge of some sort for Pikachu. Because I remember playing that. And I don't think, what is happening?
Don't pay attention to that. I don't know what that was.
I'm pretty sure that they did.
I don't know. There was a lot of games on the Nintendo 64 for Pokemon, but
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think. No way.
Sure.
There's no. Because there.
Okay, maybe it wasn't yellow, but was. I'm pretty sure it was the Pikachu game. It was the Pikachu game.
Hey, you Pikachu.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was a Pikachu game. That's really all I remember. But that was one of the first things. And then my grandma also had a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy.
The table's kind of far for me.
Oh jeez. Oh god. A little bit
I
of
need
a
to
malfunction.
get closer to
a little bit of a
you guys.
All right, we're good. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
But
the Game Boy Advanced SP or whatever, it was the smaller one that it flipped up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She had one of those, and she would always play Zelda on it. So it was a Zelda game or whatever that she would play, and we would trade off basically, and we'd play together all the time.
That's awesome. My grandparents weren't ever into video games. My grandpa really loved recording with a VCR. Nope. What is a camcorder? Camcorder. What do you call it? I don't know. But VHS. But no, it was a camcorder, so he was more into that technology, not video game technology.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
I mean, it wasn't like we played games together all the time, a bunch of different games, but it was that was one of the things that we would do. Mm-hmm. That I think even when she was together. Yeah, even when she was living with us, because she lived with us at one point too. I just remember we would play that. We would play on the Game Boy together. That was one of the first things that I remember playing.
First things. I think when I was younger, I had the PlayStation 1. I think that was probably one of the most older memories that I had of playing a video game. And I had do you know Rocket Power? The old cartoon on Nickelodeon, it was a skateboarders.
Yeah.
So there was a game that was on the PlayStation 1, and I used to play that game a lot. I used to also play a Shrek game.
Oh, God.
It was I think just called Shrek. There was a Shrek game. Then I also played Land Before Time, where it's a game where you have to run and jump over obstacles and whatnot and move out of the way of mud because you'll run slower if you fall into that, or snow patches and stuff. Yeah.
Is it the one based off the dinosaurs or whatever? Isn't that what Land Before Time is?
Yeah, Land Before Time is the dinosaurs. That little girl, she goes, yip, yip.
Yip, yip.
Yip, yip. But, no, that was such a good game. I don't know. Those are the 3 games that I remember playing on the PlayStation 1. And then after I played the PlayStation 1, then I was more into like the Nintendo of playing the Wii or playing Game Boys. I think I had Game Boy SP, which was also my game. I had the regular Game Boy Advance, like the little chunkier one that doesn't flip open. And then I had the Game Boy Advance SP, which flipped open. And I played Pokemon games on there. So I played my Pokemon Sapphire, and I played my Pokemon Leaf Green on there.
Yeah. I'll have to find my Game Boy games because I had a couple of Pokemon ones, but I didn't ever know what to do. So I
can help you out.
don't really know what's happening.
Yeah,
I played Pokemon every once in a while. Like I had a couple of games for my, like I said, but I never really understood them, and I never really knew what was going on, and I wasn't like hardcore. Like, oh my god, I
need to do this.
I
with
have this rare
stat.
one, and I can manipulate it into this, and I choose you. And I'm like, no idea. No idea.
No, this is what
I didn't watch the cartoons. I know.
I was like a hardcore dedicated Pokemon fan. Like I had the old VHS tapes. I had like all the seasons of like the Indigo. Oh my god, I can't remember the name now, but it's just how hardcore of a fan I am.
Jeez.
But I had like all the CDs and everything of like the different regions and whatnot, and I don't know. I was in love. I had a lot of cards. I also had a lot of figurines, but again, we'll talk about that in just a moment. So yours was mine was 64. Yeah. I actually never really played the 64.
I want to buy a Nintendo 64. My like ultimate goal.
I saw someone selling it for like $50 somewhere.
Interesting.
I might have to trade that later.
But my ultimate goal is to have like a quote unquote man cave, I guess a woman cave, if you will, where it's like just all like
cool
my streaming setup, and then in the background I have like this big cabinet thing or whatever that has a bunch of different, like all the old systems, and like I have a little bit of a collection. I have the GameCube, I have the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and stuff like that. Like I have a little bit of a collection started, but I want to get like all the like retro games and everything, and just have it all set up and do like, I don't know, I feel like it'd be fun having people over.
No, definitely that'd be a lot of fun. But that's actually going to be one of my next questions, which was like what was your favorite console growing up, as well as like what made an impact, and then kind of going forward like collecting and what you have.
Yeah,
so like what is your favorite console that you ever
your
played?
Next question. I apologize.
No, that's okay. We can talk more about it.
Growing up, probably Nintendo systems. Because I played more of things like that. Like I loved Nintendogs. That game was the shit. I had a couple of the different versions of that game. I think I had like
I
two
only
or
had the
three
Golden
of them.
Retriever one.
I can't remember which ones I have. I'm pretty sure I still have them somewhere. I'll have to find them. We'll go through them.
I think I actually still have mine.
I had a Nintendo DS, a Nintendo DSi, Game Boy Advanced SP. I think at one point I had the longer, not the rectangle long one this way.
The Game Boy Color?
But it was, the color. I was like trying to explain. I was like,
no, I know
kind
you
of,
mean.
yeah.
It's more vertically taller than horizontal.
Yeah. But I had, like, growing up, that was more of what I loved doing with my family. Is one Christmas my sister bought me the Wii, and we played Rock Band, and
that game is so much fun.
We would always fight about who was going to be the drummer.
Everybody wanted the drums because you get the little chair, and then you get the.
Yeah, but then look at me coming out on top. I pursued drumming in high school, and
all because of Rockstar.
Still kind of am.
Thank you.
No, but yeah, that was like the thing to do. Or I would always ask my dad and be like, "Dad, can we play Guitar Hero?" My dad was like, "No, fuck off. No.
Imagine
No,
he really said that.
He didn't say that, but I'm pretty sure he was thinking it. He was like,
Yeah, like,
no, I don't want to. Like, leave me alone. But
Yeah, like, I bought you it so you can play by yourself.
yeah, pretty much. And there was another game. I don't think it was as popular, but it was called Ghost Squad. And
No, I've never heard of it. Is that a Wii game?
It was a Wii game, yeah. And you would put the controller into, like, a fake plastic gun.
Okay.
And you would, like, shoot enemies and stuff. And you would, like, go through things. And that would be, like, me and my dad's thing. It was so much fun. That was like the thing that I would be like, if it wasn't Guitar Hero, I'd be like, Dad, let's play Ghost Squad together.
That's cool. There was a game. Do you know the Nintendo Atari? No.
We're really bad with
the
this.
Nintendo. It had like the little rectangle controllers. You remember that? What is that called?
The NES.
NES. Yeah.
Is that the
there
NES?
Was the duck one where you shoot the ducks. Do you know? You had, like, the
duck
gun.
hunting or whatever
duck
it is.
hunting?
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God. That was one
I
game I remember
never played
a long
it,
time ago.
but I've heard of it. I've seen it before. Yeah.
But for me, I've had PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Then I've also had the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, Game Boy Color. I've had a few Game Boy Colors. Then I also had the DS Lite. I never had a regular original DS, like the big chunky one. I had the DS Lite. I had a few of those because I broke my first one, and then I got a new one. Then I got a DSi, and that fell in a fish tank and broke.
Oh, God.
And then I also had a 3DS. I have a 2DS. I have
a 3DS. That's right. I bought one used off of, like, Facebook Marketplace or whatever. Because I was like, ooh, I really want one of these. And I don't know why I bought it, really. I think it was more just to add to my collection at that point.
It's not a need, it's a want.
Exactly. That's what all my video game purchases are, honestly. Except Animal Crossing. I needed that one.
Yeah, you needed that
because if I go into a state of no stores are open, I'm going to need something to do during quarantine.
Exactly. Which is what I'm doing. But then I also had the Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Oh, you had the original Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, dope. I only had the 360.
I never had a GameCube. I always wanted the GameCube. And so that's actually a reason why I got the Wii, is because I really wanted a GameCube so I could play like the Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Colossal, and the XD and whatnot. And you actually could buy like a little attachment that goes on the bottom of the GameCube. And some of the games from Game Boy Advance and whatnot, you could actually play with the GameCube. So like it could be
I have that
back and forth.
I have that attachment for my GameCube.
So I used to always want to put like my Pokemon like Leaf Green or Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire into it so I can trade Pokemon between the two, because you can't fill up the Pokedex without Pokemon from Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon XD or the Colossal. And I'm just like, oh, what the heck? So I really like wanted it so bad. And so I literally was bothering my family. I want it, like being a brat. And then I think it was either for my birthday or Christmas that someone bought me the Wii. But it was like it was like newer at that time where you could put the little GameCube controllers in the top.
Oh,
so like
yeah,
you can play
GameCube
games on
it. You
it.
can put the GameCube game into the Wii.
But it wasn't the
A
same.
thing that you took off, like a door almost to like.
Yeah, you took off the little flap,
in.
and you can plug the controllers in, put a GameCube memory card and whatnot. And I was gonna play it, and I had like the Pokemon XD game, and I really wanted to play it. But I didn't have a memory card. So I remember I just played the game like for as long as I could, and then just didn't turn my Wii off. So I could just go back and whatnot. Because if I turned it off, all of that's gone. And I really wanted to trade my Pokemon, but I never had like cables or anything or whatnot until later on when I could actually buy things online.
A shame.
But I never played the Nintendo 64, which made me upset because I still don't understand the controller. Like I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't
like the layouts are so weird and whatnot for the buttons, because it's like a big button in the middle and then like smaller little.
I think you have the joystick in like the middle.
Yeah, people are like holding the two that are on this side, not like. I don't know how to describe this. Like the normal controller.
I wish I could remember. I have a terrible memory.
Do you have like a controller or something? There's like when you would think of a regular game controller, there's the two little handles, right?
Yeah.
But on the 64, there's like one in the middle.
Yeah.
And people would hold the one in the middle and then the one on the right. People wouldn't even hold the one on the left.
Well,
because
probably
it's irrelevant.
the one on the left irrelevant. It's probably just Nintendo.
But it was just so weird.
It was just Nintendo being Nintendo, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make a really weird."
But thinking about it now,
controller.
it's cool. Like when I was younger, I used to want the Pikachu edition, the red and the blue and yellow one, and it just looks so cool. And like the see-through purple one and the see-through green one, like they look so cool.
Yeah, I like the
I still want-
transparency.
I really want one now, but
well, maybe one day when I add it to my collection,
yeah.
and come over and we can play it all the time.
So if you had to think of like a favorite console though, like the best memories, what would you say?
I'd say family-wise, probably the Wii.
And then you individually.
Because like that was like what we would do as a family. It was enjoyable for me. Like my aunt, my sister, my dad, like we would all play Rock Band together and everything like that. So that's a good memory, like family-wise. For me personally, I'd probably say my PlayStation 4. Only because that's like when I bought that, I started playing with one of my close friends, and he was talking about how he wanted to start streaming.
And that's what got you into it.
And then like he was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch." And I was like, "No way, really?" Like I've always thought about doing that. Like, how do you do it? Like, what are you doing and everything like that. And it kind of, I like told him, I was like, I don't want you to think that I'm like trying to do this because
like copying you.
Yeah,
or
copying you or whatever. But like that was always something that interested me because I always liked playing video games.
Yeah, so it's just like, why not do it anyway?
So, and he was like, "Yeah, no, don't even worry about it, whatever." And then I just started he basically introduced me into streaming, and
which you can also go and find Kelsey's streams on Twitch, which is your account.
Twitch.tv/average_savage1.
average_savage1. So you should go check that out on Twitch.
Yes.
As well as following her on Instagram and Twitter, which I think the handles are still the same.
Yeah. Instagram is average_savage1, the same as Twitch, but my
Twitter
is average_sav1 because I couldn't have the full thing.
Well,
so
sometimes you can't have what you want.
Exactly.
But it's okay.
But
going forward with it though, there was like so many games and whatnot. I feel like for me, if I have to choose a favorite console, like again for different purposes, I think for the Wii it was more family-like, and I loved that, as well as I liked playing the PlayStation 2. Like I'm gonna put it into 3 categories. So there's like the family-wise, which I think it's for the Wii, that's fun because like all the sports games and whatnot, it was just fun.
Yeah.
And then you have the playing just by yourself. I liked the PlayStation 2 because there was so many games that I played that just were just so nostalgic that I just really love, and like Tyre the Tasmanian Tiger, as well as like Jax, which was a PlayStation exclusive game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. And then there's like Crash and so many like just memories on the PlayStation 2 from when I was young growing up. And then that's when it started getting me into like the shooter games and whatnot, which leads into me then getting an Xbox 360, which I think having the Xbox 360 was more fun in the aspect of playing online. So there's like the online play by myself and then with family. So I feel like for online play is when I started to officially get like an Xbox Live and play Call of Duty online and interacting with friends through games. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. And I would just constantly, every single day, just play with my friend Black Ops 2. Like every single day. Like, oh my God, what are you doing after school? You want to come over? Let's play. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I just got off of work. I'm going to go home. You want to hop online? It's like it was just endless fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love video games.
Yeah.
I'm not that knowledgeable about them, but I love them.
No, a friend of mine, back in high school, he had a 360, and we would either like play Black Ops Zombies online.
Zombies, yes.
Or
Zombies was the thing.
I'd go over to his house or whatever, and we'd play like all the time. Because I used to actually get off at his bus stop, or I would walk to his bus stop because it was like around the street from mine. Mm-hmm. So I would just like get on and get off at his bus stop. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like they don't need.
Yeah,
to know.
I would do that too with my friend. Like he lived one street up from me, so like it was just like, what are you doing? Let's play.
Yeah, exactly. But I played a little bit in high school, video game wise, and then like my live got fucked up somehow. and I like couldn't log on to it for whatever reason, and like something, I don't remember what, something happened where it just wouldn't let me go like online, and I like lost a bunch of months of live where I couldn't just get on, and I like tried to talk to people on support, nothing was working, and I was like, you know what, whatever.
Dang.
I like stopped playing for a while, and then
Yeah, it's like heartbreaking. It's like
I was like, God damn, because I loved Black Ops 2, and like if I actually put like time and effort into it, I probably could have been decent, and it probably would have set me up a little bit more for success now. Like looking back on it, I'm kind of like, oh, I should have like made another account, or I should have tried to do something else, or like fix it. You know what I mean? Like there, like I should have done something so that way I wouldn't have taken that many. I think I took like a couple of years off. Where I just like,
how do you do that to video games?
I just didn't play because I was so upset because I think I had used like my own money, and at the time like
it's probably expensive.
It's $60 for a year subscription for Xbox Live, and I bought a year at a time. So I was like, like, oh yeah, like I have
not
this,
even like a month in, gone.
It was. I think I had like 3 or 4 months like
left
into it.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, you still almost had a whole year.
So I basically had, like, a little over half a year, and it just sucked. I was, like, I was kind of heartbroken. I was just like, oh, whatever, like, whatever. And then I ended up asking for an Xbox One for Christmas one year, and I ended up getting it from my parents. And then that was awesome. What I kind of, like, I played Destiny a lot with some friends. I absolutely loved. I joined late. I think I ended up going in like the end of year 2, beginning of year 3, for Destiny, and then Destiny 2 came out and kind of flopped. But apparently it's better now. I just haven't put any more money into it because when Destiny first launched, it wasn't the best. So I was kind of like, oh, whatever. I really haven't picked it back up, but. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll pick Destiny back up. Someday.
I've never played it, but I don't know. I like free roaming games. Actually, before I get into more like other games that I played, my first Xbox 360 game that I ever played was Left 4 Dead 2. And I really, really hope, like, fingers crossed, like one day they're going to make another Left 4 Dead because that game is so much fun. Like, I love zombie games, but I'm not like playing Black Ops and Black Ops 2, like the zombies. It's just, it's awesome. But Left 4 Dead 2 is like a nostalgic game, and I really hope they make another one. But I played like Call of Duty games as well too, and whatnot. I bought like all the DLC packs for Black Ops 2, and everything. And it's kind of funny because I spent so much money on Black Ops DLC packs because like I'd buy it, and then for some reason my hard drive didn't work anymore because my cat threw up on my Xbox and everything just broke. And I was really mad. I got the red ring of death, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to kill this cat. But, whatnot. So everything just stopped working, so I had to buy all the DLC packs again, and that's expensive. Like, it's like, it was almost like $30 a pack each time, or 15 or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God. But I really loved it and everything, and going forward with that is like, what is another game that you've been so dedicated to? That you're like, I'm either going to spend all my time playing this game, like hours and hours and endless hours, or spending money on it. Like what game? And it doesn't have to be one. It can be like multiple.
I'd say, well, currently at the moment, I've pretty much any time that I load a game up, I'm loading up the new Call of Duty. Ever since it came out, I've just been grinding through that, playing that, getting a bunch of clips to put up. I'm trying to put videos up on YouTube for that. I'm trying to trying to stream as much as I can. It's not going very well because I work so much. But I'd say as of right now, the most like time and effort that I'm putting into a game is definitely Modern Warfare. I put a lot of time into Destiny, the first one when I like first started getting into it. That was pretty much the only game I would load up. I don't know, other than like Game Boy or DS games that I would play when I was younger because it was handheld. I could just play it wherever. I'd say that's probably the 2 games that I played the most time on. I'm trying to think. There was, I don't have my phone because I'm recording it on it. But you could do like a rewind of the games that you played like back in like I think 2019 or whatever, like your top 3 games, like through your PlayStation account, it would like categorize which ones you played.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which ones they are now. I think Black Ops.
Well,
4,
I mean, not even just like now though. Like any time, like even when you were younger, that you just nonstop play.
I mean, until my live shit the bed, it was Black Ops 2. I loved Black Ops 2. I loved the maps. I loved zombies. I loved everything about Black Ops 2. I think that's. I didn't play many of the Call of Duties, but from what I've played and from what I've heard from everyone else, Black Ops 2 was like a superior
That was like
Call
top
of Duty.
peak.
Like that's everyone's favorite. If you've played any of the Call of Duties, Black Ops 2 is everyone's favorite.
I didn't like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 was
Black Ops 4.
So. I don't like all of the new features that they added.
It was okay. I was actually talking to someone at work the other day, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't get Black Ops 4 because of all the like shit, like the jumps and everything, and like the wall running." And I was like, "Well, Black Ops 4 actually didn't have that. The last game that did was Black Ops 3."
But I hated Black Ops 3. Like I didn't play Black Ops 3 when it first came out. I played it like a year or so, or whenever it came out. Like I played it a while after it was released. And my friend really wanted me to buy it because he really wanted me to play, like the person that I would constantly play Black Ops 2 with. And I was just like, okay, fine, I'll just get it, whatever. And I got it, and I was like, dude, what the hell is this? Like, so many new things, and everybody's so experienced with the jumps and slides and walls. And I'm just like, even the thing where you can, like, shoot it and you get pulled.
The grapple gun.
Grapple gun. I hated that because, like, it's just so impossible to do it, and everybody's already so used to it. So, of course, I sucked. And I mean, I'm not mad at the game because I sucked. It was just like, what the heck?
It was just
so
different. It's different from
what I was used to and
everything
expected.
else. Yeah, I didn't play Black Ops 3 because I asked one of my friends and I was like, "Oh, is it worth my time getting?" And he was like, "No, it's not." So I apparently saved money.
Even Call of Duty Ghosts, like that was such a
by not buying
a
it.
bad game.
I think I bought Ghost pre-owned for the Xbox. I think I played it maybe once.
Like, oh man, this sucks.
I was like, oh, whatever. The new Modern Warfare I highly recommend it.
Someone just gave me the World War II game today, so I'm gonna check that out.
Oh, World War II. That one's okay.
I like playing it. I don't know. I don't play many of the Call of Duty games anymore. I feel like for me, I play more of like Minecraft or Overwatch, games that came like out a few years ago. So what basically happened is I would play video games constantly, and I moved out of my parents' house and whatnot and moved in somewhere else. And I had like no access to video games. Like I wouldn't play them personally because I didn't have a console. I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I bought a 2DS because I didn't have my 3DS anymore. So I tried playing some games that I had, which were just like Pokemon games because I had nothing else to play. Like, I couldn't play any of the Overwatch games when it came out. Like, all these games that were so hyped, like, I couldn't play, like, Borderlands and whatnot, because I didn't have anything, and everybody... So I missed that whole entire hype, so I'm, like, living it now, kind of. I never played Minecraft when it first came out. I didn't understand it. I thought it was stupid.
No, that's
to
like,
now play it and be, like, obsessed with
all
it.
the time, yeah.
And even, like, Overwatch, I didn't play it when it first came out, and now I'm obsessed with it. But, I mean, they're still making characters and whatnot. I'm excited for Overwatch too.
Overwatch is constantly evolving. That's like, there's a couple of games. Actually, another thing, we were talking about video games at work the other day.
You talk about video games a lot at work, huh? What do you do at work? Do you actually work?
Barely. No, actually, this was like all in one like setting. We were talking about video games.
Yeah.
And all of this is from that. I think it was this past, what's today? I think it was yesterday.
Today's Sunday?
Yeah. So yesterday. Something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Regardless, we were... Oh, okay.
Hello there, cat. I don't know if you can see it.
But we were... I lost my train of thought. Oh, games.
Video games. What were you talking about at work?
Games and their, like, the hype of them, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's only a certain
overhyped.
amount of games that can last hype-wise. There's one of the cats. The other one's sleeping. But there are only certain games that that specific one. So not like Call of Duty, all of them. Like Call of Duty has been around for years, like over a decade.
Very long time.
But like one specific Call of Duty comes out almost every year.
Basically,
pretty much every year.
Nowadays, they're pumping them out.
We've gotten a new Call of Duty. So with that being said, that Call of Duty is only
You're just looking at the gap.
That Call of Duty was only hype for essentially that year until the next one came out.
Yeah.
But with Overwatch has been around for what, 3?
I think since 2016.
So 3-4 years, pretty much. So that game has kept the hype. There's a lot of people who still currently play it, who played it when it first came out.
It's more popular on PC. Like, that's a game where,
especially
in like Asian countries, like that's a super competitive game.
Oh, it's very competitive. I enjoyed it. It's a fun game. But games like that, Destiny had a solid 3 years where people played it. You have Rainbow Six Siege.
Can I just say one game that I never played and never understood? I've never understood Halo. Like what?
Same,
what
honestly, same.
I don't know Halo.
I never really
Zelda. I never played Zelda.
Yeah.
Which I actually recently just bought the Link's Awakening for the Switch. And I heard that's a remake of the original Game Boy game. So I bought that one instead of Breath of the Wild so I can kind of somewhat understand where Link's story came from and how he met Zelda and everything.
Yeah.
Because I figured, like, I don't know, start now. Because I played Pokemon growing up. I never played Zelda. I never played any other game, really, that I was super into. I was Pokemon Leaf Green, Fire Red. Then they named Ruby and Emerald and Silver and, like, Gold and all these games. Like, I literally had every single Pokemon game. I never cared much about, like, another
franchise.
Another franchise, like Fire Emblem or, I don't know, Zelda, or I didn't care about Halo, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I never really played Halo, but my Xbox, when I got my first Xbox One, the bundle that it came with, because I think there were like 3 different bundles that my dad was basically like, because I knew I was getting the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically like, my dad was like, these are the 3 bundles.
Which
bundle would you rather prefer? Because he didn't want to get a bundle that came with a game and I wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
And I thought that I would get into it because I knew it was kind of popular, but it was like a Halo bundle, the Master Chief Collection. Played it like one or 2 times, didn't understand it, didn't know what was happening.
Is it like are you a soldier or something? Is it like a war going on?
Literally have no idea.
I literally don't know the plot of the game.
I was so confused, and
the storyline.
Both of my ex-roommates, they both were obsessed with Halo. Like, they both loved it. They both played like all of the Halo games. And I think the Master Chief Collection came with like 4 or 5 of the Halos that were made. Mm-hmm. So they were like, oh, let's play. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, whatever. Got on. I absolutely hated it. Didn't understand what was going on, and they were like trying to explain it, and I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm okay.
I'm good. I'm gonna stick to Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty. I'll stick to other regular games.
Yeah, games that you're good at, or games that you're excited about.
Exactly.
Talking about games you're excited about, I just asked this before we started recording, but was there ever a game that you were like super like excited about or dedicated to that you're like, I need to buy this as soon as it comes out, or I need to spend all my money on it? Like, have you ever had a game like that?
Yes, I did explain it to you before a little bit, but Destiny 2, I was saying earlier, I was obsessed with the first Destiny. Mm-hmm. Absolutely loved it. Spent a bunch of hours on it. Played the Crucible, like the online PvP, the PvE, pretty much a bunch of different things. And when they announced Destiny 2 was coming out, I was like, holy shit, I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait.
Oh my God. Mom.
I got and it came out in September, and my birthday is in September. So I was like, treat yourself. Here's a happy birthday to me. That's actually
Yeah.
when I bought my PlayStation 4.
Oh.
So the PlayStation 4, it was a white PlayStation 4 with a white controller instead of like the regular black controller and console. And then it came with the $100 version, so it had like the extra cosmetics, the game, the everything, basically like everything that you needed
Yeah.
to play the game right off the jump. It came with everything. It came with the PlayStation 4 Pro, so it can run in 4K. Like it was the nice, like everything. It had the storage, the whole
really
9 yards.
everything you need.
Yeah,
Right there.
and I was so excited. I pre-ordered the PlayStation bundle because I had wanted a PlayStation 4 beforehand anyways. Like I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, I really want to get it. I want to play like the exclusive PlayStation games, like what they have now, like Crash. They were remastering Crash Bandicoot, and I never played that growing up because I started playing at the PlayStation 3. So I didn't have the PlayStation 2, so I didn't really play Crash that much. Actually, I didn't play it at all. So I was like, oh, they have some cool PlayStation exclusive games. Like, whatever, I'll get it.
Jax, definitely recommend that game.
So I pre-ordered the PlayStation 4 Pro bundle, and I pre-ordered it actually for Xbox as well. So I got like
You loved it that much.
I was so hyped, and I think that was like I've gotten a couple of other like pre-orders when they come out. I do more digital on my. Actually, I do more digital regardless of PlayStation or Xbox. I have more storage on my Xbox though, so it's a little bit easier to do. Yeah, digital games. There we go. Versus disc games, whatever. So I usually just like pre-download it through that instead of going and picking up a physical copy. Because that's, I don't know. I feel like physical games are becoming more obsolete. Obsolete, is that the right word?
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you see the Xbox One S that they came out with where it was just all digital?
The Xbox One S?
Like, yeah, you can't put a physical disc in. Like everything has to be digitally.
Yeah, didn't they make a PlayStation? They made ones for Xbox. They already made Xboxes and things like that. Like the new one?
It was an Xbox One S.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
I thought you were saying like the new one that's coming out. Like
no,
this big looking computer one. But yeah, no, they made a digital console only.
It was like an all digital console for Xbox.
Which like is understandable. But like just think about how much space you have to buy or whatnot. But
exactly, like you essentially have to make sure it comes with enough storage. And
but people already buy like the terabytes and whatnot storage.
Yeah, I've like
External
for me, I have an
hard
external for my Xbox. Probably gonna need to get one for my PlayStation. Is it hailing out right
I
now?
don't know. That's what I was looking at before. It's really raining hard, huh? So make sure you're staying safe and indoors and staying dry.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it. Probably not, because that's normally what happens. We point stuff out and
you can't even hear
them. But
thinking about, I've never been super excited specifically about a game coming out. I think there's when Pokemon Black and Pokemon White were announced, I was like, oh my god, like they're coming out in Japan and whatnot. I even downloaded an app saying when it's gonna be released in the US.
Did you?
And then
really?
like, oh my god, there's 300 and something days and then 40 hours and 12 seconds and minutes. And I was just like, oh my god, I really need this. But if I've ever had to go to like a GameStop to be like, I need this game or whatever as fast as possible, I think it was when more so not a physical game or anything, but in Pokemon, there was basically days where you could go to a GameStop and you can get a specific Pokemon, like an event Pokemon, and you could only go for this period of time. I would always try to go like the first day that it was released or available at GameStop.
Yeah.
Because like, oh my god, I need this Pokemon. Oh my god, I need this legendary shiny, because it was specific only. And I was like more into that. I'm obsessed with Pokemon. Like I would always hunt for the shinies and everything and whatnot. So I was always jumping on, Pokemon stuff. But not like, oh my god, this Call of Duty game came out. I think I was excited when Black Ops 2 came out, and I got it like when it came out, and then as well as GTA 5. I got that game when it came out, but I wasn't like, oh my god, I need this now. But growing up, I also played a lot of free roaming games.
That was actually another franchise that I never fully got into.
I played that game.
Was GTA and like Red Dead.
GTA 3, Red Dead Redemption.
Well, there was only one Red Dead until recently. The second one came out last year? 2018, 2019.
I love playing like the GTA games. I played GTA 3 like religiously. I played GTA San Andreas a lot. Like that was one of the best ones. And then I played GTA 4, GTA 5, and I'm still waiting for them to make another one.
I think I tried to get
it's so much fun.
My parents to buy me, or like my dad to get me GTA 4 before the 5 came out.
It's too violent.
But yeah, it was too violent, like things like that. Like they just wouldn't let me because I don't know, those came out. Those came out when I was younger.
You don't want a kid learning how to punch out windows and steal cars and stab people to death or run them over.
I mean, essentially, yeah.
Have hookers. So probably not recommended for children, but I definitely played it as a kid. And it was a lot of fun.
But I don't know. That's also why they have mature. They like the different
ratings on the games, which makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like it was just video games overall are fun. And
I love video games. At
the moment, right now, I don't have a specific favorite video game, but my constant rotation of video games include Minecraft, Overwatch, sometimes Apex. Then I played Animal Crossing, and I played the new Pokemon Sword and Shield. So that's my heavy rotation of video games.
Yep. Oh, I do like Rocket League too.
Yeah, I played that on your Switch a few days ago, and that was fun. But maybe I should get that.
It's a very difficult game to pick up. Like, I still get annoyed. I've played a decent amount of it recently.
All you do is just jump and hit the ball.
Yeah, but getting the car to maneuver the way that you want it to, and like to go up in the air and stuff, it's difficult to maneuver. It's difficult to pick up. I don't know. Anyways, but just like anything, you put time and effort into it, you get good.
Yeah, you get better at it.
Simple as that.
But not with Minecraft. You can kind of just get the hang of it right away.
Minecraft's fun.
Actually,
it's a
there's no tutorial for Minecraft. It's just they throw you into it. They don't even teach you how to do anything.
No, they do.
When I played it on the PC, maybe I skipped the tutorial, but I remember playing on the PC and I was just like, dude, what am I doing?
No,
it was just a little trial.
They definitely like bring you in and they're like, here's a crafting table and this is what you do with the crafting table.
That never happened to me.
And you break this tree down by doing this.
Nope, I was just thrown right into the world. Okay, and just like, all right. And I started to die because I didn't have food, but I didn't know how to make food.
You fucked up then.
Yeah. That was my first experience with Minecraft.
Simple as that.
And then the second time I played was because of a friend. And luckily, they're good at it, so.
Minecraft is fun, though.
But anyway, you should catch us talking about some more video game updates sometime soon and what we recommend to play. I'm not a video game nerd. I just like playing whatever's fun at the time. And I like shooting games. I like slow-paced games like Minecraft or Animal Crossing. And I don't know.
I love video games. They have since run my life.
I used to want to be a Pokemon master. I'm not, but...
That was a great...
One day.
That was a great...
Maybe.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
Great wording.
I'm good at it. But I guess that's all we have for this week.
Yes.
For this week's episode. But don't forget to make sure you answer next week's question, which is, if you have a crush or somebody that you really like, how do you convey your feelings to start dating or start to talk or whatever, you know? So I want to know what you guys think.
DMs, though.
Sliding into the DMs. Not like a hoe, but like actually looking for a relationship. So you should answer our question on Twitter, which is @2without_clue. Or you should follow our Instagram and maybe leave a comment there, which is 2without_clue podcast. Or you can just simply scroll down, leave a comment down below, as well as don't forget to hit subscribe and our notifications.
Turn the notification bell on.
Every Tuesday.
Do it.
Most
Do it.
Tuesdays. if something
Tuesdays.
if
As
something
long as-
happens. But so far everything seems pretty chill. So we're going out on Tuesdays.
Yes.
But thank you guys so much for watching. And I guess we'll see you next week.
We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.